Hello and welcome to Rathod's IAS. Today in this video, we are going to see one more important physiographic division of India, that is coastal plains. So this coastal plains topic is very important because of great significance of this coastal plains and even some important relief features that you can see on this coastal plains like deltas, estuaries, bays. So for that also this coastal plains is important, and even some rivers which flows towards east and they join Bay of Bengal, and very little rivers, very little, that is very less number of rivers, they are flowing towards westwards and they are joining this Arabian Sea. So here these are the coastal plains which are mainly formed by these rivers which are mainly flowing. So from that river's point of view also this coastal plains is important. And even in your prelims and mains there is a high chance of getting question regarding this coastal plains. So you have to go through this topic. So first of all, you might know about Indo-Gangetic plains or Great Plains of India. So how these Indo-Gangetic plains are different from these coastal plains? So first you have to know that. So you should not have any confusion regarding what is this Indo-Gangetic plains or Great Plains and coastal plains. So here we have Himalayas. So from these Himalayas, Himalayan rivers they will be flowing, and here because of the sediments brought up by these Himalayan rivers they form Indo-Gangetic plains, and these Indo-Gangetic plains are also called as Great Plains of India. So this is the location of this Indo-Gangetic plains, and here we have Western Ghats and here we have Eastern Ghats. So here this is our Western Ghats, and the area which is present between this Western Ghats and Arabian Sea is called as West Coastal Plain, and here we have this Eastern Ghats. So here the area which is present between this Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal, so this will forms our Eastern Coastal Plains. So the difference here is the location and even formation of this Indo-Gangetic plain, it is different with this coastal plain. So these are the some important things that you have to keep in your mind. So I hope you had cleared your doubt regarding this Indo-Gangetic plains and as well as coastal plains. So if you are talking about Indian coastline, it is a very large when we are comparing, because India it is a peninsula. Peninsula means nothing but we have land on three sides and on one side we have water. So this structure is called as peninsula, and here from here to here we have a very longest coastline. So Indian coastline it is around 7,516.6 kilometers, and here this coastline, that is 7,516, which includes both mainland and as well as island groups coastline. But if you are talking about only mainland India coastline, it is about 6,100 kilometers. So only mainland India coastline is 6,100 kilometers, and if you are including this Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar, so if you are including these two, then it will be around 7,516 kilometers. So what is the important reason for the formation of this coastal plains? So the straight and regular coastline of India, it is a result of faulting. So because of this faulting of Gondwana land, during which period? During this Cretaceous period. So this Cretaceous period will be also very important for your prelims. So why these coastal plains are formed? Because of faulting of Gondwana land during this Cretaceous period. And one more important reason here is because of the sediments brought up by the rivers. In the eastern coast, for example, rivers like river Godavari, river Krishna, river Kaveri, and in the western coast like river Narmada, river Tapati, like that. And one more important prelims fact you have to know is the coastline of India touches 13 states and union territories. And one more thing here is we have west coastal plain and as well as east coastal plain, right? So this west coastal plain which is present along Arabian Sea, and east coastal plain which is located along Bay of Bengal. So this is the one thing that you have to be clear. So we're talking about coastal plains. The types are two types. First one is west coastal plain and second one is east coastal plain. So here I can see the map. I think you can also see the map here. It is in green color. So here in this map, this part which comes under our western coastal plain and this part which comes under eastern coastal plain. So now let us see about this west coastal plain. Here you can see the different important features, and even this western coastal plain is divided into four types. First one is Kathiawar or Kutch here, and second one is Konkan, next one is Karnataka coast, and next one is Malabar coast or Kerala coast. So in this way here we are dividing for our convenience. And now let us see some important features of our west coast of India. So west coast of India extends from Gulf of Cambay, okay, or it is also called as Gulf of Kambat. Gulf of Kambat or Gulf of Cambay till this Cape Comorin. So from where this west coast of India which is extended, it is extended from Gulf of Kambat or Gulf of Cambay till our Cape Comorin. So it is divided into like Konkan coast, Karnataka coast, Kerala coast. And actually here this western coast, it is made up of alluvium or alluvial soil. So this alluvium or alluvial soil which brought up by short streams of rivers. So these rivers, they originated from this Western Ghats. And we can see large number of coves. Coves means nothing but very small bays. Base means it will be like U shape. Okay. And next one is we can also see some creeks or narrow sheltered waterways and very few sanctuaries. So these estuaries, okay, these estuaries are mainly made up of this river Narmada and as well as river Tapi. So here we can see small coves. Here you can see like this, okay, like this. You can see in this way. There will be the small coves and we can see the creeks. Okay, so this part is the creek. Creeks will be there, cove will be there. And especially it is very much famous for these estuaries. So these estuaries, they were formed by river Narmada and as well as river Tapati. So river Narmada and river Tapati or Tapi, they are the west flowing rivers. They form estuaries on this western coast. And one more important thing you have to know regarding this Kerala coast or this Malabar coast is it is very much famous for lakes. Western coast in this Malabar coast is famous for the lakes and as well as lagoons and also backwaters. So one of the biggest lake or the largest lake that is seen in this Malabar coast is Vembanad Lake. So Vembanad Lake or Vembanad Kayal or Vembanad backwaters. So now let us see in detail western coastal plains of India. So western coastal plains, they are mainly starting from Run of Kutch, right? Run of Kutch till Kanyakumari in south. Run of Kutch till Kanyakumari in south. And they are very narrow plains and the width here is just 65 kilometers. The width of this western coastal plain is just 65 kilometers. From north to south, if you divide this western coastal plains, so we have Kutch or Kathiawar coast, next one is Konkan coast, Kannada coast and Malabar coast. Now let us try to see one by one in detail. So first one is Kutch and Kathiawar coast. So this Kutch and Kathiawar coast, they are called as extension of peninsular plateau, because this Kathiawar, which is made up of Deccan lava, so it is made up of Deccan lava, so it is called as extension of peninsular plateau. And even this Kutch, it is said as extension of this peninsular plateau because it contains tertiary rock system. So this tertiary rock system, it is belongs to this peninsular plateau, right? So because of this, Kutch and Kathiawar region is called as extension of our peninsular plateau. And next one is, we can see abundant seas and as well as lagoons. So Kutch Peninsula, it was an island surrounded by the seas and lagoons, and the seas and lagoons, they were later filled by sediments, and these sediments, they were brought up by river Indus. And this region lacked rains, and finally it turned into arid and semi-arid. It turned into arid and semi-arid landscape now. And especially we have a salt soaked plain to the north of this Kutch. So here north of this Kutch we have this salt soaked plain that is called as Great Run. Okay, here we have Great Run, and we also have the Little Run. So here we have salt soaked plain to the north of the Kutch, it is called as Great Run, and we also having the Little Run. And next one here important thing is, what are the important hills which are present here. So the central part of this area is highland. So this part is this highland. So we have Mandav Hills, we have Mount Girnar, and this Mount Girnar, it is the highest point. And one more important thing regarding this Girnar is, it is volcanic in origin. It is volcanic in origin. And even Gir Range, which is located in the southern part of this Kathiawar Peninsula, it is covered with a dense forest, and this area which is very important for this Gir lion. So these are some important facts regarding this Kutch and Kathiawar region. And now let us see one more important area which is present here is Gujarat plain. So here we can see this Gujarat plain, so it is also very important. So Gujarat plains, which lies east of this Kutch and Kathiawar region, here we can see this Gujarat plains region. And actually this plains formed by river Narmada, river Tapi, river Mahi and river Sabarmati. And the eastern part of this plain is very much fertile. So eastern part of this plain is fertile and it will support agriculture. But here the greater part of the coast, which mainly covered by heaps of sand. So only little part is fertile. And next one is Konkan plain. So Konkan plain, it is present to the south of Gujarat plains and it extends from Daman to Goa. And important features of this Konkan plain is marine erosion. So due to marine erosion, we can see some features like cliff, shoals, reefs and even islands in Arabian Sea. They are seen because of this marine erosion. And Konkan plain is famous for this Thane Creek and it is one of the excellent natural harbour. And next important one is Karnataka plain or Kannada plain. It extended from Goa to Mangalore. And out of this western coastal plain, we can see very narrow coastal plain in this Karnataka coastal plain. It is 30 to 50 kilometers of coastal plain we can see, that is the width. And we can see steep slopes, waterfalls, they are the important relief features of this Karnataka plain. And one more important prelims related fact here is river Sharavati. So here river Sharavati descends and it makes a steep slope, and we can see Jog Falls on this river Sharavati. It is one of the highest waterfall. And next one, it is about Malabar Plain. So this Malabar Plain is also called as Kerala Plain. So it is present between Mangalore and Kanyakumari. So it extends between Mangalore and Kanyakumari. And it is much wider compared to that of Karnataka Plain. And we can see the existence of lakes, lagoons, backwaters, pits, and these backwaters are known as kyles. And largest lake seen in this Malabar Plain here is Vemanand Lake, and it is very much famous for Nehru boat race. It is also called as Vallamkalli. And that's all about west coast of India. Now let us move on to east coast of India. So here this east coast of India, which lies between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. And if you see or compare this Western Ghats with the Eastern Ghats, so Western Ghats are continuous compared to that of Eastern Ghats. And this east coast of India extends from Ganga Delta to Kanyakumari. So you can see here, from here we can see, so this delta till Kanyakumari, we can see this eastern coast. And especially we can see two important lagoons in the eastern coast, that is Lake Chilika and next one is Lake Pulicat. So here you can see Lake Chilika and as well as Lake Pulicat. They are two important lagoons, and they are important geographical features of this east coast. And if you are focusing or if you are seeing the division of these eastern coastal plains of India, so it is divided into three parts or three categories. So first one is Utkal coast, second one is Andhra coast, and third one is Coromandel coast. So this Andhra coast is also called as Northern Sarkar. Don't confuse with this name, that is Northern Sarkar. So here we have Utkal coast to the north, and below this, that is towards the south of Utkal coast, we have Andhra coast or Northern Sarkar, and towards the south of this Northern Sarkar we have this Coromandel coast. And you have to be well versed with this north to south division and as well as south to north division, because you can get a question in this way in your prelims. So next, if you are talking about this Utkal plain or the northernmost part of this eastern coast. So northernmost part of our eastern coast, it is our Utkal coast. So Utkal coast or Utkal plain comprises of coastal areas of Odisha. So where it is present? It is mainly present in this Odisha. And this Utkal coast, which includes Mahanadi Delta. So this is very important. And it is also most prominent physiographic feature that we can see here is Chilika Lake. So Chilika Lake is also present in this Utkal coast. And this Chilika Lake, it is the biggest. It is the biggest lake in the country. And towards the south of Chilika Lake, we can see low hills and plains are present. And next one is Andhra plain, or we can say Northern Sarkar. So this Andhra plain located towards the south of this Utkal plain, and it extends up to Pulicat Lake. Pulicat is a salt water lake. And you can see here Sriharikota Island also. Okay, Sriharikota Island, which is also present in this Andhra plain. And next one is, so this Andhra plain is very much famous for these deltas, and these deltas, they are formed by river Krishna and as well as river Godavari. And one more disadvantage of this Andhra plain or Andhra coast here is it has a straight coast. It has a straight coast, and because of this it lacks good harbour. But there is one exception. Exception is Vishakhapatnam and Machilipatnam coast. or Machilipatnam harbor. So here there are some exceptions. Even though it is having a straight coast, we have good harbors like Visakhapatnam and as well as Machilipatnam. And next one is Tamil Nadu plain. So Tamil Nadu plain, which stretches around 675 kilometers and extended from Pulicat Lake to Kanyakumari. And average width here is 100 kilometers. So compared to the western coast, eastern coast which is wider. An important feature here is we can see Kaveri Delta here. And the fertile soil and large scale irrigation facilities, they are seen in this Tamil Nadu plain. So because of this region, it is called as granary of South India. So because of this fertile soil and large irrigation facilities, it is called as granary of South India. That is, Kaveri Delta is called as granary of South India. So this is about some facts regarding eastern coast and as well as western coast. And now let us see the significance or importance. So Indian coastline which extended up to 7,516 kilometers, including Andaman and Nicobar and as well as Lakshadweep. So we are having a wide range of significance regarding these coastal plains. So actually these coastal plains, they are covered by the fertile soils. So these fertile soils, they suit for cultivation. They are very much important for food security of our country. And especially in these regions, rice. Rice is a major crop that is cultivated in these regions. And second important thing regarding this coastal plains is, so we have number of ports. So both in the western coast and eastern coast, we have number of ports. So those ports may be either big or small ports along the Indian coastline. So it will be helpful for carrying of trade. So it will be helpful for the growth of our economy. And the third one is we can see large deposits of mineral oil. So it is also helpful for marine economy of the country. So they contribute to this marine economy. And these coastal plains, they are very much important for the fishing, because the group of people, they depend upon this fishing as their livelihood and occupation in the coastal areas. And one more important thing regarding this coastal plain here is, coastal plains in India, they are rich in coastal and as well as marine ecosystem. And we have mangroves. So we have coral reefs. We have estuaries, lagoons. They serve for tourism potential. And even mangroves, they provide different ecological services. And even coral reefs, they are called as rainforest of marine ecosystem. So in this way here, this coastal plains, they have a lot of significance and they also contribute to our economy. So this is about this topic, and if you want to get the PDF of this class, you can join the Telegram channel. Link is given in the description box. And don't forget to subscribe to Rathod's IAS Academy for the further future videos. So we are going to complete this Indian geography as soon as possible. So by this I am concluding, and don't forget to like and share this video for your friends. Thank you so much.